This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
NHLibertySA.com.
Okay, now we're in the elevator, moving up to another level. This is I guess I'm starting a story from scratch here. It's Dave Ridley at the State House in Concord, New Hampshire, signing in for RidleyReport.com.
Insurance.
It would increase insurance.
Yeah.
It's worth the fight in the Senate, but it will pass the House, so let's not even bother to choose your battles, you know?
The American Council side, however, is completely against it. It says really learning.
Oh, absolutely. With full disclosure that this is not meeting the...
New Hampshire Liberty Alliance members packing the New Hampshire State House. And one of the Liberty reps recently elected, Carol McGuire. Okay, I was standing here with Carol McGuire, who is the first, well, you're not the first, but one of the very first Free Staters elected to the New Hampshire State House. I haven't had a chance to interview any of you before since you guys got elected, but how do you feel about being one of the first in?
It's a great responsibility, of course. It's also very different being a rep than being a lobbyist, which I have been for the last 3 years, because you're so focused on your own committee that you don't really have time to know all the other bills that are going on in the State House. Like, people ask me questions about some horrendous bill, and all I can say is, well, yes, they're hearing it down the hall, I believe, but I can't do anything about it.
What's the main thing you want to accomplish in the State House?
Well, I'm on the executive departments and administration, and I hope this year to kill a bill that would require registration of home contractors and build and so forth, which I've been fighting for several years. At the moment, my main goal is to kill a number of stupid bills.
It's a good goal.
There's plenty to choose from.
Are you finding that the Free Staters have a somewhat controversial reputation because we're libertarians? We're not in the mainstream of political thinking for most of America. Are you running into any people surprised that you're a Free Stater in the House?
I haven't mentioned it. I haven't been particularly active as a Free Stater.
Mm-hmm.
We heard about it. We're convinced to move, and so here we are. I'm not active in the Free State Project very much because I've already moved. I'm on to the next stage. So I'm fighting for freedom, and there's enough people here who do that.
All right. Well, look forward to great things from you in the House, and I appreciate your running.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Good day.
By the way, I forgot to mention this, but Free Staters are people who moved to New Hampshire for more freedom. And lobbying here at the State House is one of the ways they fight to preserve that freedom. Almost 400, or I guess I should say almost 500 Free Staters have moved to New Hampshire since the state was picked in 2003, and 6 of them have been elected to the State House. New Hampshire has a smaller government than most states. Unfortunately, the legislative office building where they do most of the bill work is a little more opulent than I would wish. This is the kind of thing I'd like to see more at a State House. Fixing things on the cheap.
NHLibertySA.com.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by...
Okay. NHLibertySA.com. If you believe in liberty and are good at writing about it, then enter the NH Liberty Essay Contest. You could earn up to $200 in prizes, and you can crush the other students. NHLibertySA.com.